Let's test these packaging sealing strips for how well they write and how well the adhesive works. These come in a packet of 100 little strips. They're 1/2 inch thick by 9 inches long, and they have a peel back across the entire strip, so that way you can cut to size and apply it to your packaging. Now I have several packagings that I'm going to test. A couple of them will be boxes, and then the other ones will be bottles, both glass and plastic. So here we go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to test how well it can write. So with my sloppy handwriting, I'm going to use a gel pen and a pencil, and you can see here how well it turned out. Next, I'm going to try stamping it with just like a regular stamp that I have laying around, and it worked just great because it is uncoated paper, so there is no shine or shimmer on top of this paper. That way a stamp will work perfectly fine. Next, I'm going to pseudo measure how long I want each strip to be, and in this case, whatever I wrote, I just cut it off. So you can use it to tamper-proof your box and seal it, or you can use it to actually label. If you have multiple SKUs, you might just want to handwrite something, or just even notate with the color that's inside, perhaps with some sort of pen. But this one, using it for an example as tamper-proofing. And I'm just checking out how well the adhesive is and what it's going to look like if somebody tries to peel it off. How well will it crack open if I just try to do it with my finger? And you could see how it was pretty easy to just open, but it's still strong enough that it won't just come apart on a whim. So next I'm going to try it on a bottle. Now I'm just going to kind of pseudo size here on the length. Now with glass and plastic, you're definitely going to want to clean it first. You want to clean off any excess residue, dirt, grease especially, because when you put this, since this is pressure sensitive, it's not going to work very well. And I have had complaints about it. So clean that off. I used an alcohol wipe here, and then let's test how well it's going to stick. Once you apply your sticker, you really need to go back and apply pressure into the areas that you want it to make sure that it sticks, because that's how you're going to activate the adhesive, because it's pressure sensitive. That first bottle there was glass. Now I'm moving on to plastic. I'm going to cut this one just a bit smaller just so that it stays on the cap so it doesn't run down the whole bottle. So I will apply and then go back in and rub with my finger to apply more pressure on it to activate the adhesive. Let's move on to a jar. Now this is a plastic jar, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pseudo measure, I'm going to cut to size, and then I'm going to peel the back and apply, and then go back and reapply with my finger. Last examples, I have 2 wide mouth jars I will use, and you can see here how long it is. When you have a 9 inch, you can go along both sides of the jar, of the bigger mouth. Now I just want to check how tacky it is, how well it's going to come off when you peel it off, how easy it is to break. And you can see there, it was pretty resistant, but not enough. So when you peel it off, there should be no residue. Or a very slight smudge, you might be able to take off pretty easy. Now, if people were to twist this off, it just came out pretty easy. So it works great for a simple tamper-proofing, no problem. On this plastic, I did feel like there was a lot more tackiness, a lot more resistance, but otherwise it seemed to work well on the boxes, on the plastic, and on the glass. So really, you just want to get yourself a pack and test it and play around with it how best you want your presentation to be.